Okay, we covered the fight with 17 a few weeks ago, and now we're back with another Piccolo classic. Today we're going to fully break down and score Piccolo vs Frieza from back in the Namek saga. Just a little background real quick though. Frieza transforms into his second form and just started mowing the Z fighters down. He was an absolute unit, a force of nature, but another unit pulls up to Namek. Piccolo just touched his home planet soil for the first time, and he fused with Nail, the last and greatest warrior Namekian left on the planet. Man, Piccolo, tell him how you feel.
I feel incredible! Yes, 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 yes! I can win! I feel great! I can do this!
There you go, I mean, that says it all. He pulls up to the battlefield when they need him the most, and he wants to make Frieza suffer for the Namekian genocide, and for threatening his nephew/son Gohan. Hey, whatever their dynamic is, he's
family.
So these two behemoths are about to clash, and we're going to be breaking this fight down and scoring it with the 10-point must system, just like we did the last two. To make it simple, this fight is going to be scheduled for 5 rounds. At the end of each round, the winner gets 10 points, and the loser gets 9 points or less, depending on how bad they lost. At the end of the 5th round, if both fighters are still standing, the points get tallied, and the fighter with more points wins. Now that we covered that, let's get into it. Sound the bell, round 1. Let's go. They start the round off with a stare down. Frieza's overconfident, but Piccolo's locked in already. Then he comes in quick, catches Frieza off guard. He didn't think Namekians can move like that. These villains gotta stop sleeping on Piccolo, man. He comes in with the elbow and Frieza barely manages to block it. You can feel the impact behind this shot. Then he comes in with the left hand, but Frieza slips on the inside of the punch. Piccolo tries to meet him on the inside with a heavy elbow, but Frieza blocks it again. Another elbow blocked. Now they both trade shots, but neither can land. Again, they both fire off, but neither can land the blow. Then Piccolo tries landing the right hand. Frieza slips on the outside and prepares his crane strike. Swipes down at him, but look at Piccolo with the pullback. That's the thing about Piccolo. He stays defensively responsible, even though he fights so aggressive. Just look at his eyes. He's out for blood. Tries to counter Frieza with the right hand, but it's blocked. Part of the combo gets repeated, and then Piccolo throws a huge overhand, but Frieza dodges. He ain't letting up on the pressure though. He follows him to the air, both of them fighting for the high ground. Frieza ends up getting it and blocks a backward elbow from Piccolo. Piccolo winds up a monster of a right hand, but he telegraphed way too much and gave Frieza this opportunity to meet him with this counter. Pretty sure both fighters blocked the other here though. Now they're just throwing in the air and we see the raw power of these combos. Clash of knees, then they tackle each other. Left hand from Frieza, elbow from Piccolo. The animators did a really good job of making these two look like powerhouses here. Like two absolute titans having a slugfest. Boom, something heavy landed from Piccolo. Sends Frieza back. Piccolo yells, "Come back here." He's an animal, dude. Throws 2 punches, both grabbed by Frieza. He thinks he's got him tamed, but Piccolo charges up the eye lasers. Frieza pulls back, but Piccolo takes advantage of this by delivering a lethal knee to the body and a heavy shovel hook up top. Again, you can feel the weight behind these shots. And I gotta mention that this combo right here is Piccolo's bread and butter. He loves to throw out a ki blast in close range to set up a body shot headshot. Just look at the sequence from the last video I made on his fight with 17. Piccolo shoots a mouth beam from up close in a heated encounter. 17 blocks it. Piccolo lands a huge body shot and a hammer fist up top. Look familiar? He's clean, man. Stop it. Piccolo keeps up the aggression, but Frieza is blocking all of his shots. Right hand from Piccolo to the body gets blocked by Frieza. Frieza's got the guard up. He stops a body shot in his tracks. Piccolo with the high kick, but Frieza shells up. Now he spins around and throws a wheel kick, but Frieza leans back and pulls the guard up. Piccolo goes through the same combo, except this time, he fakes like he's going for the wheel kick again, but comes in with a big left hand instead. Beautiful parry from Frieza. Piccolo's just relentless though, switches up again and throws this up kick. Catches him clean on the jaw. He's ready to keep the pressure, but Frieza bounces back like a menace and almost lands this huge right hand on Piccolo. Honestly, I think this would have rocked him or put him to sleep. Look at his face. That would have been... Now Frieza's applying the pressure. Left hook dodged. Then he comes back with an elbow. Frieza with the jab. The elbow is blocked and the jab slipped. Another elbow from Piccolo blocked by Frieza. Then Piccolo blocks a right hand. The sequence plays 6 times as Piccolo is getting pushed back heavy. Boom. Frieza slams him and pins him down. You see the strength. Piccolo starts to slip out, but the second he does, Frieza fires off a volley at him at point blank range. Keeps him pinned down with ki blasts. This was a good call by Frieza because the last time they were at a kind of stalemate, Piccolo used the eye beams to set up a nice combo. Not this time, he didn't give him a second to breathe here. The smoke clears and Piccolo's alright. Didn't take much damage there, but he's visibly frustrated. And just like that, round 1 comes to an end. So here are the stats for the round. Piccolo landed 4 strikes, Frieza landed 1 strike, and honestly it's kind of questionable. I counted this, but Since we didn't see it on screen, it could have just been a grab. Frieza also landed a volley, and I counted that as one ki blast on the sheet because there isn't any way of knowing how many shots he fired or how many landed on Piccolo versus how many were blocked, but I treat this as effective as a good combo maybe. See guys, this is why I said in the last video, don't fall in love with the stats too much. They're definitely good to see, but they can lead you astray with the wrong interpretation. Think of them as one piece of the puzzle in finding out the winner. Speaking of, I scored this round at 10-9 for Piccolo. It was really close and competitive, but Piccolo controlled the pace of the round longer than Frieza, and I just kind of rated some of his strikes a little more highly than Frieza's Ki Blast Barrage, which was really his main piece of work in the round. Piccolo just had more moments. Okay, round 2 starts and Frieza is the aggressor now. He comes in with a tackle, stalemate. Then Piccolo tries to build some distance between them. He takes to the air, but Frieza's right on his tail. Left hand, slip on the inside. Then a hook attempt here, dodged. Big right hand here blocked by Piccolo. Then he comes over the top with a head kick, but Frieza pulls back and comes in with the backhand, dodged by Piccolo. Piccolo trying to be aggressive, throws a flurry at Frieza, but slip, block. Look at him, he's reading him like a book. Frieza's throwing the occasional punch in the heat of this combo. Nobody landing yet. Piccolo is telegraphing pretty badly here. You can see him just winding most of his shots up. He's being defensive, so he's not losing here, but I don't like what I'm seeing from him at the moment. It's just ineffective aggression. He can do better than that. Boom, clash of knees. They're just going back and forth, nobody really getting the edge. But then we see Piccolo on the back foot. Frieza's the one applying pressure again. Okay, Piccolo tries to catch Frieza on the way in with a jab, and he's keeping his head off the center line. I like that. Both in a southpaw stance. He's pretty safe from the hands here. It's hard to tell, but I think the way Frieza's hips are facing and him looking pretty planted, I don't think he can meet him there with the head kick. This is where Frieza should probably whip out the tail, but instead he comes with an overhand left. Easy slip by Piccolo. Then he tries to bait Frieza with the right hand. Frieza bites, probably because Piccolo was telegraphing before, but really Piccolo was coming in with the left. Still gets blocked though. The same combo with slight variations is going to play a couple more times. Then we see Piccolo is firing off a Ki Blast volley, pushing Frieza back as he's blocking. And I like this. The split second he stops firing the blast, he comes in with the tackle while Frieza is in a more vulnerable spot, so he can try to break his construct. Piccolo is just really good at not letting his failed Ki Blasts go to waste. I can make more parallels to the 17 fight, but just watch the video, bro. Anyways, this was nice, but Frieza still didn't budge an inch. He's a freaking brick wall. Another clash of knees, and then we get a really similar sequence to the one we saw in the last round. 5-piece combo from Piccolo blocked by Frieza, and he comes back with a wheel kick. 2-hand block from Piccolo, which is a nice touch because you ain't blocking a wheel kick with one hand like this, especially not from this guy. Piccolo comes back with a 4-piece combo, again all blocked. They keep going back and forth and Frieza finally uses the tail, lands clean on Piccolo too. As he's falling into the ocean, he stretches out his arm and grabs Frieza so he can drag him into the water too. This was a bad play though in my opinion, because he's getting choked out underwater. I think he was a little stunned from the tail shot, and maybe he just wanted to get his lick back ASAP, but it just wasn't the right time. Frieza comes out of the water and look at the beautiful timing from him. He waits on Piccolo to come out of the water and boom, lands a Ki Blast that sends Piccolo flying. And he's gonna use this tactic against Goku too later when they fight. Watch out for this when I upload Goku vs Frieza in the future. When he's got somebody pinned underwater, he's really good at applying pressure when they try to come up for air. It's actually pretty awesome. Since his species can breathe underwater, I bet he's punishing these quote-unquote lower life forms for not being built like him. But yeah, Piccolo gets sent into this mountain and then Frieza just pops out another Ki Blast at him with his finger, and I think he landed this one too. He thinks it's game over, so he was shocked when Piccolo came out of the ruins ready for more smoke. And this is where we're gonna end round 2. Okay, so this round was very straightforward for me to score. Piccolo had some good attempts, but he didn't land a single strike, whereas Frieza landed a good shot, a couple of Ki Blasts, just took over towards the end of the round in general. 10-9 Frieza all day. The score is now tied at 19-19 going into the third. Let's get right into it. So this one starts off very interesting. You'd think Frieza would come in with the edge, but just the fact that Piccolo survived and seemed unscathed from the end of the last round, Frieza is coming into this one just frustrated. Piccolo is actually the cool-headed one here. Frieza comes in with the left hand, dodged by Piccolo. Another shot by Frieza coming in, but another... Frieza swipes at him, whoop! Tries to get him again, whoop! One more time, whoop! It's too easy, bro. He's mad now, look at him, and Piccolo starts to talk trash. This pisses Frieza off some more and he grabs him, but Piccolo just let him do that. He wanted to just smile at him and talk some more, just being disrespectful. Then he's gonna power up in front of him. The energy alone shakes Frieza off of him and it looks beautiful. Look at the rays pulsing. Frieza isn't shivering here, this is the frequency of Piccolo's energy bouncing off the flesh. Piccolo says, now that I've gained ultimate power, it's time to finish this game. Bro, he's cooking. He's been holding back. He got the data he needed from Frieza, and now he's ready to deliver the pain. Comes in with a huge right hand. Bro, I'm gonna freeze the frame here. The moment of impact looks like he decapitated him. Whoever drew this frame was crazy. Piccolo follows up with a headbutt to the torso, boom, powers up and lands a huge uppercut. Comes up with a hammer shot, but Frieza dodged. He's adjusting to the speed, but he hasn't adjusted to the power, because Piccolo comes in with this chop that Frieza thought he could block, but it ran right through him. This one stuns him, and then Piccolo follows up with a head kick, has him spinning around, and then boom, headbutt to the chin. Piccolo thinks this is free eats, so he was shocked when Frieza clocks him with the head kick right here. Should've stayed defensively responsible. Frieza charges a massive ki blast, and Piccolo looks pretty shook here, but the Namekian testosterone flowing through his veins makes him want to take it head on, and he does. He bounces that energy blast back, and I love this. He's not just standing there admiring his work, he immediately comes back with his own ki blast. Again, it's that Namekian testosterone. He's got to one-up Frieza, and this took him by surprise too. He was a quarter second away from a direct hit, but the smoke clears and we see Frieza just barely blocked it in the nick of time. The round ends here the same way it started. Frieza is frustrated and Piccolo is cool as a cucumber. Again, another easy round for me to score. 10-9 for Piccolo. The stats are up here, but you don't even need to see them. Piccolo landed at will, he beat Frieza physically and even psychologically in this round. One thing I like from this round is that Piccolo showed the wrinkles to his game. As always, he had that amazing forward aggression, but he also showed that he can go on the back foot and swim without getting wet. He can change up the pace of the fight. He can even go ki blast for ki blast at range and get the upper hand. Let's see if he continues like this the next round. The score is now 29-28 in favor of Piccolo. Round 4 starts off with Frieza landing on the ground, composing himself, and having a face-off with Piccolo. Look at the cape flowing in the wind. It's a Mexican standoff. I don't know what Piccolo was doing here though, because Frieza smiles at him, telegraphs his right hand, and clocks him with it. What an idiot. That wasn't Piccolo, that must have been Nail, bruh. Then he gets hit with the backward elbow. Now Frieza comes down at him with the left hand. He's gonna try and punish this moron again. Piccolo's back, and he dodges the left hand. Frieza comes back fast though. He's really not playing any games. This is second form Frieza's max power, and he's looking stronger, faster, you name it. Boom, axe hand sends Piccolo into the ground. But look, he's gonna exit the rubble, and he finally takes off his cape and hat. Bro, if Piccolo hasn't cracked his knuckles and his neck yet into a fight, you just know he's holding back his full arsenal. And look, he's doing it. He is ready. He says he's gonna make him pay for all the Namekians he's destroyed, and he comes back with another aesthetic power up. The animators were making Piccolo's aura beautiful out here. Frieza's so overconfident, but Piccolo light as a feather now snipes him. Frieza doesn't know what hit him. Actually, I don't either. What does this frame look like to you, an elbow or a clothesline? But either way, he pops him with it. Now Piccolo is winning the speed battle in the air. Catches up to Frieza and throws his kick on him, but whoop, Frieza with a dodge. Now he's looking for him. Piccolo lands something big, but we don't see what. We do know it's a headshot though, because of how Frieza's neck is bent back as he's falling. He's feeling himself, look. He grabs him and he says, "Oh, by the way, you clown, I'm only getting warmed up." Dude, Piccolo's on one right now. Boom, slams him into the ground. Then for good measure, he's gonna go ahead and throw a ki blast volley at Frieza. We get a huge explosion, and then we see Frieza above the smoke, looking like he didn't take an ounce of damage here. It makes me think none of the ki blasts even landed, because we didn't even see him come out of the debris. He was just already floating above it. Either way, he knows the games are over, because he's about to transform and fry another Namekian, his favorite hobby over the past week. So he starts transforming as Piccolo watches in disgust. Man, this has got to be everybody's least favorite form of Frieza. He looks like an idiot with a cucumber head, and he's got that Redditor posture. But it ain't no beauty contest, and Piccolo knows it. He might be in big trouble as we close off the round. So who took round 4? Now it was a close and competitive one, and I can see pushback in the comments already, but I actually scored it a 10-9 for Frieza. Let's look at the stats. Frieza landed one more strike than Piccolo, but Piccolo might have landed a ki blast volley and took the advantage. Again, I don't know if it landed, but even if it did, it definitely wasn't very effective. Also, I think Frieza landed the harder, cleaner shots. One of the 3 strikes Piccolo landed was only a small chopping shot, whereas Frieza landed nothing but heavy bangers. This was such a winnable round for Piccolo though. I really don't know why he let Frieza get his work off at the start of the round. I guess Frieza did go all out and surprise him with his speed, but still, how are you getting clipped with this amount of telegraphing? Piccolo just checked out here mentally, I guess. Anyways, the score is tied at 38-38 going into the 5th and final round. Whoever wins the next round wins it all. Let's go. So Frieza starts this one off again, and he's gonna come at Piccolo, but he is not having it. He gets on his bicycle real quick. Piccolo knows Frieza is more powerful than him now, but he thinks he's still got the upper hand on the speed. He says, "You will never get this, you will never get this." Psych, Frieza got it. He's faster than him too. I wonder what Piccolo would have done if he did have the speed advantage though. Maybe just pot shotted and ran, a jab here, a ki blast here, and back on the bike. Oh well, nothing he can do now. He figures he can't run, might as well go for it. Comes at Frieza with the right hand. Whoop! Easiest dodge of Frieza's life. Left hook gets slipped, right hook, right hook, left, right. It's just too easy, bro. Piccolo telegraphing again. He's been doing that too much this fight and it's costing him, especially now that he has no physical advantages to lean on. Frieza dodges all of these power punches. Look how he handles this one. He slides around. Hey, the aerial movement is clean. Despite looking more monstrous and grotesque, Frieza in his third form actually has a much more aggressive, elusive style than before. Whereas before he fought like a powerhouse, now he fights with more precision and timing. Perfect example here. They're having a face-off. Piccolo comes in really quick. Frieza waits till the very last moment and boom, pops him with a ki blast. Bro, this was a nasty counter. Piccolo comes in with another desperate shot and Frieza counters him with a kick to the back. Another new element to Frieza's style in this form is he throws a ton of kicks now. Look at this, head kick lands, another head kick catches Piccolo. He tries coming in with some offense, but he gets met with a third head kick before he can do anything. They spin around and Frieza throws a leg kick that gets beautifully checked by Piccolo, but Frieza doubled up with the same leg and lands a fourth head kick. Here goes a fifth one, then a body kick. Piccolo is getting demolished here. He tries to throw a right hand, but gets caught on the jaw again. Look how they massacred my boy. Now comes the part of this fight you probably all remember. Frieza is about to torture Piccolo with a flurry of ki blasts. Boom, there goes the kneecap. Okay, now the upper thigh. Peppers him a bit up top. Takes a little break. Then here comes the massacre. He's lighting him up like a Christmas tree with these ki blasts. Had him like Simon Cowell when he was judging the rap battle in Scary Movie 3. He just keeps going. Gohan is on the sidelines and he can't handle it, and he gets a crazy boost of power from the rage and shoots a massive Masenko at Frieza. He really struggles to bounce it back, but he eventually does, and he comes right at Gohan, who for some reason didn't think to dodge. Piccolo repays the favor and saves his life by deflecting the ki blast, and that's a wrap. Frieza's about to transform into his final form and wipe everybody out, but his one-on-one with Piccolo is over, and that wraps up the final round. So Gohan stepping in to me is the equivalent of Piccolo's corner throwing in the towel, in my opinion. Either that or disqualification. But I'm gonna say officially, Frieza wins this fight via TKO corner stoppage in the 5th round. Hypothetically though, if this one went to the final bell, it would have been a 10-8 or even a 10-7 for Frieza. Here are the stats. Piccolo was getting demolished in this round. He got lit up with the kicks and he got hit with just too many ki blasts for me to even count. And here are the fight stats overall for the fight, if you're curious to take a look. Again, I can't really measure the ki blast because of this round. Anyways, if you're new to the channel, check out my other stuff. I just did Piccolo versus 17. I got Goku versus Vegeta. I got training camps. I got all type of stuff. And I got plenty more to come. I appreciate you guys. I'm out.